Let's prove Dave Ramsey right this time, shall we? I'm in my basement. I got no drywall. I got a puppy dog, and I'm having I guess I did shave today. Nice and soft. But Dave Ramsey is right on one time. All right, so remember, the scenario was a lady calls in from San Antonio. I forgot her name. She has $650,000 in her, I guess, TSP. Dave is okay with her taking $60,000 a year out because Dave is the one who put the number in her head. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a 9.2% distribution rate. I just sit there and said, what are we doing? So we're going to go back to 1980. All right, we're going to start in 1980, and we're going to show you when Dave was right. So 1980 through 1999, that's 20 big fat years, probably the fat years, all right, the fat years of the markets for sure. I did a video just this morning where I missed one number, so I took the video down from the 70s. It doesn't matter. If you would have done this in the 70s, I had to run out of money in 1980. They would have run out of money probably in 1982. It doesn't matter. It literally matters not. But I took it down because hey, I'm a straight shooter, and thankfully you guys caught my error. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But in this case, I'm going to show you Dave Ramsey's right. Then we're going to go back and show you Dave Ramsey's wrong. This is pretty easy to do. If you want to do it, just take your trusty calculator, and you have a YouTube audience where people can correct you when you make a mistake. All good. I don't care. Mistakes are going to happen, but especially the many videos as I do. At the end of the day, if you're taking 9.2% distribution, a 7% distribution, an 8% distribution, you better doggone hope you're lucky and you retired in 1980 and Ronald Reagan just won an election. That's a fact. If not, you're in the world. Or I guess some could say you retired in 2008 and Obama won an election and then Trump followed him. You could say that too. You could say Obama and Trump. Because remember, it's Reagan, Clinton, Obama, Trump, right? We got Democrat, Republican. We had Nixon, Carter. Boo! Nixon, Carter. So we had LBJ, Nixon, Carter. That's right. So those 16 years there were bad. 66 to 80 were bad. Reagan, Clinton, good. Bush, not good. Obama, Trump, good. So there you go. It's bipartisan improvement and bipartisan dismay. It's inflation that's the bugaboo. And this is what drives you crazy, because if we're not even using inflation, which I'm not here, it's going to be even worse. Remember, the inflation from 66 to about 82 was dastardly, my friends. Anyway, all right, let's go on this. So we got $650,000. We're pulling $60,000 a year out. I had some guy comment. He said, why would I take advice from a guy who can't times 60 times 12? I don't know what 60 times 12 is off the top of my head. Why would you want somebody that... That's why I have my trusty calculator, man. I'm not trusting the numbers in my head. It's nuts. Why would you trust the numbers in someone's head? It's kind of like, who said that? He goes, ask these questions. It's my man Devin. I love Devin Carroll, but I disagree with this. I disagree with his assumption. Ask him if they're knowledgeable about Social Security. He had all these things to ask about. I was like, I don't know why you'd want someone just repeating that, regurgitating. It's okay to look in the textbook and say, I don't know, let me look into it. I don't like when people just throw stuff out there just to impress somebody of how much they know. That's not good. It's okay to go look. It's okay. All right, so we got $650,000. Miss, we'll say her name's Carol. I can't remember. She's taking $60,000 a year. We're not adjusting it with inflation. We're just taking straight $60,000 a year, which is more along the lines of what I think, which you're going to have a declining expenditure amount each and every year. And if you're not adjusting with inflation, that inherently is a declining expenditure amount, if that makes sense. If you adjust it with inflation, it's still going to be pretty... This will look good from 80 to 1999, but it'll look uglier than what this does. So 1980, she's 650. She got 60,000 out. It left her 590. She made 32.76% in 1980, and she was up to 783. Took 60,000 out, reduced by 5%, and she's up to 684. And you can see what we're doing here. So 1985, she started the year with 846,000, pulled $60,000 out, was up 32%. And it was up to 1.039 million, when she broke seven figures. Come down to Reagan's last year of 1988. She started at 1.169, pulled $60,000 out, was up 16%, and ended the year at 1.293. And then the end of the decade, she pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $660,000 out, more than what she started with. And ended up with about 2.5 times what she started with. That's not too shabby. All right, then we go into the George H.W. Bush era with Saddam Hussein here, the first Iraq War. She started with 1.628 million, took out 60. So that'd be what, 1.56 million or something like that. Took out 60, was down 3.42%, and it was at 1.5 million. The next year, when we beat the Iraq, the elite Revolutionary Guard, because USA is USA in your face, she took out 60,000 from here, was up 31%, was at 1.905 million. Took out 60,000 from there, was up 7.6, was up 1.985 million. Took out 60,000 from there, so she was literally 1.985 million minus 60,000, was at 1.925 million, was up 10%, was up 2.12 million, was up 19%, 1.19%, excuse me. After taking 60,000 out, was only up 1%, so she's at 2.086 million, still not too shabby. 38% in 1995, it was at 2.796 million. 23% in 1996, again, this is under old Bill, was up 3.36 million, took out 60,000 here, was up 33% again. I mean, you can see it. So at the end of 1999, these 20 years for which he retired in 1980, taking 60,000 a year out, not adjusted for inflation, on a 650,000 portfolio, she was left with 6.725 million bones. The next time we're going to start in the year 2000, and it's going to be freaking ugly. It's going to be ugly as can be, and but we'll show you, because the issue here isn't that it can work. Oh, absolutely it can work. My goodness, no one says it can't work. The issue here is we don't want luck being your retirement plan. That's not good. We want to, I mean, look, you don't know if we're going to get nuked. You don't know if you're going to get coronavirus. You don't know what's going to happen. If you're going to fall off a ladder while you're putting Christmas tree lights up, you have no idea. This right here is just a matter of luck. Someone who retired in 1966 did not get this. Someone who retired in 1970 did not get this. Someone who retired in 2000 did not get this. All right, we don't want your retirement plan being based on luck. So for heavens forbid, if you did not retire here, I mean, if you retired here, you are loving life. If you didn't retire there, you are in a world of hurt, and we don't want that to happen. So we can prove Dave Ramsey's right. It's insane to think that is an acceptable retirement planning strategy, though. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks.